Alright guys, so and girls and other things, like the 20 other million sexes there are supposedly now. Anywho, let's get into actually doing this. So, go to File, New Project, and you want to tick your Desktop Wizard or whatever. And then we want to go to our where we're going to actually save our source and everything. And I'm going to assume you guys actually added the CLR, and in fact I'll show you that first because we want to make sure we have that, because if you don't, you're not going to have your menu. And here we want the menu, so click here. So you want your desktop development with C++ and your C++ CLI support, and I'll have a thing to download it down here, and you'll get that, and there you go. So anyway, back to it, and just back here, and pick where we're gonna put this whole thing. It's no problem for me because I've got like 9 terabytes of storage because I'm crazy like that. Got to have all the games, you know. So C++ projects, which is just a folder I made here, and then we will just make a new folder, and I'll call it AC Cube Menu DLL YouTube. And we'll select that folder, and now you want to name your project, so I'm going to call it the same thing, AC Cube Menu DLL YouTube. And then we want to go OK there, and here we want to make sure that we change the application type to dynamic link library, empty project, and click OK. So here we go. First we want to add our main source code. So we go down to source files, add new item, C++ file, and you can leave it as source, but for this I recommend just follow me along here and just go main, add, and here we go. Before we get into doing the coding, we're going to have to do quite a few workarounds to actually get this to work, because I don't know who makes this. If it's Microsoft, then that's no surprise there. They always like to do things I consider sort of really annoying and stupid. So when you right click properties, you want to make sure it's, what's this? Look, just okay, I'll do that again. So you've got your top window here. You don't want this one. You actually want this one here, and you want to go properties, and then you've got this whole thing comes up. Okay, and the first thing we want to change is our character set. So this will just make sure that it will work with our pointers and other such things and not complain. And then to stop all the other complaints, well, we've first got to add our common language runtime support so we get our UI windows. And now, what's the other thing? Our C++ and our command line. We go down to our C++ over here, our command line, and now we're going to have to add in these 3 other command lines so this will behave. So /permissive. I don't really know exactly what all these do. One has to do with strings and such, but it is needed, otherwise this whole code will not compile. And boy oh boy is that annoying. Like, it took me quite a few days to even find out how to get around all this crap so this would actually work. And I mean, you'll see in the end product for this game, for some reason it errors. I don't know why it errors when you go out of the game, but the thing actually does work, so that's all we care about for the purposes of this tutorial anyway. You know, in the future, as I get more into C++ coding, I'll discover why it's doing this, or if any of the great people out there, much more intelligent than I, the hacking gods, if they help me, then that would be awesome. Preprocessor. I mean, we all know who they are, like Lobit and STN and all those guys. I mean, like Lingon and who's the other one? Oh, I forgot. But you know, like all of those guys, man, they're so good at what they do. It's crazy. But that's the dick sucking over. Now I'll probably get age restricted. Anyway, with the last thing you want to add in is CRT secure no warnings with the type comma thing we're going to use a lot at the end. I don't know what that is exactly called. A lot with the other stuff, I just know we need it. So now we've got in all the arguments to stop the whining girlfriend, which is Windows and this program. We can continue. So the first thing we want to do is hashtag include windows.h, HH and all the others, you know, whatever. And then we want to go extern int UI main. What's this going on about? Cannot open. Oh, window. Yeah, see, I'm stuffing up already. And this is the other thing you want to make sure of, that you spell everything absolutely correct. Otherwise, we're going to have issues, and it's just going to be like, nope. I mean, I'm going to make a few noob mistakes because I'm still a noob. This is only like my second week into doing all this. Second or third week. And I've learned a lot so far, and it's been awesome. So now we open that. It's not going to know what UI main is because we haven't done that yet, so don't worry about it. That's what the green underneath it is. UI main. Hopefully this will all look good because I'm recording with Shadow Play. So it should be crystal clear, hopefully. So that's another thing I've noticed on Fleep's videos. And sorry to be a whining, complaining bitch, but like, some of the text was hard to see, and for some reason later on, and like I could make it out, I could still follow it, but later on in his tutorials, or his tutorial for that one, you could see that pretty much you couldn't make out the equals and stuff anymore. So here is our first part, and basically this is just making like an entry point, and this will be what loads first, and we're going to be creating a thread for our DLL to actually run in. And telling it what we're going to want it to do, so if the process actually attaches, Yeah. And then we create our thread. Yep. So, I mean, I still don't know what a lot of this code does, but like it worked for me, so like I know what bits of it do here and there, but yeah. I mean, there's still a lot for me to learn. But, you know, I got this working and I just thought I'd actually show people, because everyone goes back to using the old version of Visual Studios. When you can actually do it in the new version, it's just a bit of a bitch and a few more complaints. So you've just got to tell her to get back in the kitchen and cook you some eggs. Anyhow, let's carry on. So there's main C++, and man, the feminazi's going to hate me, but guess what, I don't really like them either. So I guess that's our main done, and what could we go on to now? We'll do our functions H, which is another one, and then we'll carry on to actually doing our DLL interface and design. So I'll get the boring stuff out of the way first. So the next thing we want to do is we want to go to our headers, right click, add new item, header file, and functions.h. Let's bring up that one. Here we go. And we want to add our includes, so include IOStream, include windows.h, or whatever, include TL help 32, include, actually put the hashtag there, might help. Oh man, I butchered that one. Go there, fool. Right. And your PS API. No, PS API. That pretty much just grabs our module info, which is cool. Windows H lets us do like Windows sort of functions and stuff. TL help 32, I think that's for like if you want to have like boxes and stuff come up saying, hey, I found the address. Anyway, get module info, char, and that's the asterisk, I think it's called. The stupid thing above 8 on the keyboard. Or as Indians would say, keyboard. When you get a call from Microsoft India. It's always good. It's a good time. Equals 0. H module get module handle sc module. If we actually find the module, or is this if it doesn't? I don't know, can't remember. We return mod info. So I'm pretty much the chimpanzee that can sort of create fire but doesn't fully understand everything and how it's working. Like, as I say, I'm still learning. So, current process. So we get our current process. And H module. and mod info. Oh, already mod info. Size of module info. So apparently I think that just gets our module and all. Then we return, so we go back to our mod info and store whatever we have. Why are you not, get on your end of your line, fool. Spell that right. Yeah, Jesus. So that's that bit done. And then we're going to do our void write to memory. And this is going to be the one that actually lets us change our memory. And we're telling it to interpret, I think this is what, uint pointer or interpret pointer or something. Anyway, it's like, this is what you use for like 64-bit games. And it also works for 32-bit. Address to write. And it also lets you calculate like way bigger addresses and pointers and such. But we'll get into actually the one that we use to actually write our pointer and all that later. So there we go, and we open that up. Unsigned long. Unsinged long. Sounds like a good Asian singer or something. Old protection. Virtual protect. LP void. Address to write. Byte num. Page execute. Read and write. And what's the old one? The last one. Oh, and old protection. Old protection. Nice. And then mem copy. LP void. Address to write. Value to write. What have I done here? ADD E, oh, it's an extra S, there we go. Value to write. Byte num. And what's wrong with this one? Is it bet it's like undefined or something? That's exactly the way I've got it there. Oh, okay, up here I've got veil to write, so that would be Y. Should be Y. Yep, awesome. Jeez, man, I'm going blind or something. I just not notice stuff because I'm so clumsy. Just typical. Address to write. Byte num. Old protection. No. Keyword. Find pattern. So this is just doing the what's actually going to find our pattern. in our module, and this will be exactly how our byte scanning will work, as you shall see. And I actually did forget how to show you guys how to even use SIGMaker and all that. After this wee part, and after I show you the design, we'll go back to that, because I should have shown you guys before, but I've, like a dodo bird, I have forgotten. Guess it's Alzheimer's kicking in once again. Yep, cool. dword base equals dword minfo dot lp base of DLL DLL, so not the capitals. Dword, well, apart from the D. Dword minfo dot capital S size, capital O of, and capital I image. Okay, dword pattern length equals dword str string length, and then mask. I mean, the last part of this is pretty much like probably, well, apart from the end functions at the bottom, it's the easiest, shortest amount of code. So I wanted to get all this stuff out of the way first, if I could. And looks like we can. I plus plus. Scroll down so you can see. Bool found equals true for dword j equals 0. Size, take away pattern length, j plus plus, and then found and equals mask j equals that guy. I'll check out what's going on above in a minute. So that space, and these two things which are right above enter, so it's shift and the key right above enter. Pattern j equals char, so asterisk bracket char asterisk, then bracket base plus I plus j. And what's wrong here? Expected and expression. What? The word j equals 0. J. What's wrong with that? Pattern length j++. D word j equals 0. Oh, yep, I've fucked up a little. D word I. And that would be d word j equals 0. And then that on the end. Okay, j. Yep, okay, I missed that. My bad. I mean, you know, you'll have this. It's just part of the whole deal. Art of the deal, as Trump would say. And then, so under this one, so you've got your for loop here, and see if you close that, it closes that. So it's a way of knowing where you need it. We do our return, so x 0, 0x, I mean, dead beef. So what that will do is, if it can't find the pattern, so if it can't find your array of bytes, it will probably come up with like this message telling you so, unless I've gotten rid of the box that comes up with the message. I don't know. That, or it just won't work. So there's that. Okay, so this one's probably getting a bit long, so I'm going to stop here, and in the next one we'll continue. I'll show you how to actually use Ollie to... Oh, what are you doing? Bloody Razer and that Black Widow ultra sensitive keyboards. Anyway, so in the next one I'll show you guys how we actually get the... Because this, you know, we want our address, and the other things we'll want is our array of bytes pattern and our mask and stuff like that. So we'll do that in the next one. Alright, I'll see you guys there.